Fire Emblem. Engage!
Okay, that was amazing. Huh, armor slayers are effective against armored units, you don't say! Welcome back to Fire Emblem Engage. Last time, I just noticed one of those blue dots on my map is just moving back and forth really fast. Who is that? Oh, they're coming this way. I'm gonna ambush them. It's Boucheron! Huh. Wasn't expecting that. Anyway, last time we got Emblem Corrin and also ran into Vale, who we all still hate, but we the audience know she isn't entirely to blame, but the characters don't know that yet. This time we'll be heading back to the Somniel to talk about the dancer that we just had join our party, and getting Corrin off of him ASAP.
People stole rings? Why would I do that? I don't understand.
Lady Vale, I finally caught up with you.
Oh, Chris, it's you.
You're a hard girl to find. Why'd you disappear? Had me all freaked out.
Papa told you to drag me back home, right?
Told me to... Huh? Oh, I see what's going on here. You're the other one.
I'm not going back. No matter what you say. Papa will just make me do something cruel. When he awoke, I thought we could finally spend time together. But no.
On the tier list of Father of the Year, Sombron is like negative infinity.
Always telling me to kill the Divine Dragon, or attack so-and-so's castle. Well, I don't want to. I'm not an evil person. Despite what all those people said, even the Divine Dragon was angry with me. And I thought we were friends.
The Divine Dragon said you were friends. Wait, you met the Divine Dragon?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's... complicated. Look, whatever those people told you, it's not true. They were imagining things.
You think so?
Of course. How could you have done something bad and then forgotten it?
Right. Right. I couldn't have. If only I'd said that before, maybe there wouldn't be this awful misunderstanding.
You want to try and speak with him again? Set things straight?
I do. But weren't you going to bring me back?
If this is what you want, I'll help out. Nothing if not loyal, that's me.
All right. Thank you, Chris. It seems I misjudged you.
It's settled then. Let's head to Firene.
Firene? Why there?
'Cause that's where the Divine Dragon is going.
How do you know that?
Come on, we're on a schedule here. Gotta head for the port and set sail. Do you want to patch things up or don't you?
I do. I do, you're right. No time to waste.
This ought to be real interesting.
Do you want to patch things up or don't you? Also, those gas lights totally haven't been dimmed and it's entirely your imagination. Yeah, this is the reason why I'm not as, opposed to the whole Vale brainwashing thing as I kind of should be, and it's because with Sombron and just the way that Gris acts towards Vale there, that is just textbook gaslighting, just saying, no, don't worry, you were imagining it, they weren't saying it, none of that's true, you just need to go and talk to them again, that'll patch things up, it's just, The brainwashing may be like a plot sledgehammer to get her to do bad things, but to me, it is a metaphor for abuse and gaslighting, and that is a very real thing that does happen. And that's part of what makes Sombron a more interesting villain to me than he kind of seems. He's definitely a very generic evil dragon at first glance, but the whole abusive parenting thing... Yeah, Engage definitely explores that a lot more than most other Fire Emblem games with villainous parents, and it goes in interesting directions. While I'm here... I wish I had a face cam right now, because my jaw is, completely hanging open. Warp and an expert book right after I use up a warp staff? That is absolutely insane. Yeah, this is why you want to be using the well as much as possible once it's unlocked. Holy, that's a lot of supports. Okay, didn't expect to have that many unlocked by now. Yeah, I was wondering why the windows there were purple. The fortune teller is open. Hi, Somi. Apparently, Kagetsu's powers were not enough to open his own fortune-telling place. So now Seadall can do it for us. The cards will tell. He's only available in the evening, so visit once the sun goes down. However, he should still be somewhere around here. No, wait, that's Vanda? Okay.
Oh my.
Yes, we have collected a ring, and fortunately for Vanda, one part of his face is covered, so he's slightly immune to Corrin. So where is Seadall? I need to talk to him. Oh, he's in the cafe terrace. Oh, that's why I didn't notice him. He's all the way up here. People are never here.
We should practice greetings.
I should practice greetings. Hi there, Seadall. Yeah, let's talk about you and your dancing powers.
I'll lead. Dance with me.
Seadall is a dancer and the only one you get. By moving next to an ally who's already acted and selecting Dance, Seadall can let that ally act again, up to and including attacking. Although he joins a little late, this ability is insanely useful. It lets you cover more distance, have somebody kill 2 enemies in a single turn, heal multiple people, or in some cases, use an emblem ability and an attack in the same turn. No matter what your playstyle or team composition, Seadall is always useful, so it can be good to reserve a spot on your team of 12 for him. As dancing is his main asset, Seadall's stats don't really matter. As he levels up, he might be able to take hits from enemies, but don't expect him to do much combat. Especially since attacking on the player phase means he's not dancing. But his class is considered Key Adept, which means he can chain guard when that's more valuable than dancing, and it sometimes is. And can make use of emblems that benefit that class type. Lucina is particularly nice on him. Not only does that give 100% bonded shield if you need it, but it also lets Seadall contribute chain attacks for damage while still dancing. Another decent emblem would be Sigurd, if we had him, who massively increases Seadall's dance range and lets him get out of danger after dancing with Canter. You typically want to avoid emblems with skills you need to give up your turn for, like Corrin, but especially Byleth. You want Byleth on someone else, so Seadall can dance for someone, get refreshed by Goddess Dance, and then dance for someone else, giving you potentially 6 refreshes in one turn. Finally, note that Dancer is considered a special class like Thief, so can't reclass to second tier classes until level 21, not that you would ever want to reclass Seadall anyway, and that it learns its class skill at level 25. Special Dance means that not only does dancing refresh an ally's turn, it also gives them +3 to dexterity, speed, and luck. Also, hi there, Corrin.
Yes.
Oh yeah, so it's saying, like, the fort there. Apparently there's, like, one character, I actually think it's Leaf, in the Somnial, who, the shortened version of their speech bubble is just, you simp, ... and of course it's become a meme. I think it's like, you simply must rest, or something like that, which is a reference to the fatigue system from Leaf's game. Just noticed, the right-hand side of these pedestals is getting very crowded, but, we're gonna need to make some effort to reclaim the left-hand side. But before that, let's talk about Corrin's Bond Rings, who appears before Byleth, despite us acquiring Byleth earlier. So Corrin only has 2. They are Chivalry from S-rank Xander, which causes you to deal 2 extra damage and take 2 less damage if you're attacking a foe who has full HP. Pretty much the same as the way it worked in Fates. And then Ryoma S gets Bushido. if unit's level is higher than foes, grants crit plus 10 during combat, and you deal plus 2 damage and take 2 less damage. Now this is a very good bond ring effect. The one issue that I have is, the lack of pair-up ruined the theming of this. It now is all about lording your superiority over the foe, which I guess is kind of Bushido, if Night Slash and Pokemon is any indication. But originally it was if your level was higher than your support partner's level, so it was kind of about being like the more powerful guy who protects others. And then I like how Takumi had the reverse version because he's jealous and competitive. But I just realized I have Byleth's outfit for Aaliyah, so I can go ahead and show that off now. We've used Ike for long enough. So here's Byleth's style on Aaliyah.
Be well.
Actually, that belt is kind of nice. And instead of a cape, he gets this big coat with flapping arm sleeves in the wind, because I never really noticed that with Byleth. It just goes around with his coat on with no sleeves. But yeah, thankfully you don't need Byleth's actual emblem to... Emblem, wow. Well, I probably wouldn't pay good money for Byleth's actual emblem in real life, because it'd probably be stupidly expensive. But, like, you don't need Byleth's actual amiibo to unlock this outfit. So I actually use my Alm amiibo, because it's not like Alm has anything else to do with Engage. I'm so sorry, Alm fans. Bunei and Jean can support? Oh no. I just wanted to dine with Bunei just because I thought it might be funny to get at least one of his supports with Aaliyah. Yes, let's cook with rare fish. Why not?
Oh no, it came out great. This must be a bad omen.
Oh my.
I don't think I've ever heard him say that before.
Wow.
No support increase, but still. What? Okay.
I'd be honored if you accepted these leftovers.
Well, I'm sure these leftovers would be a good fit for, like, any competitive Pokemon in Generation 2. Wow. That was my first S-rank meal, too. Okay. See, off the top of my head, I don't really remember what the character's cooking skills are, except for the best and worst chefs in the army. I don't know how likely Alcaraz was to do that. I'm pretty sure Vander making a bad dish like last time is quite rare. But yeah, Alm, I know there's a lot of people who wish Alm was an emblem. And in a sense, I almost feel like he and Celica should have had a duo emblem. I just feel like it would have been hard to differentiate Alm from some of the other emblems. Like, he's kind of... The only thing he really had to differentiate him from the other Sword Lords was that he gets bows on promotion, but they made Lucina the Sword and Bow Lord in this game. So, yeah, I doubt he'd really have much going for him. Even though Seadall's stats don't really matter, I'm actually vaguely tempted to use him in the arena just because I've never really done it before.
I'm Seadall. Let's begin.
I am the chef, Bunei.
Oh no.
Please, go easy.
You know, it's pretty fitting that he has the chocolate weapon. But I mean, this is kind of about what I expect from Seadall, unfortunately.
Well-earned victory.
And it wasn't even enough for a level up. I don't think I've actually mentioned yet, but I was remembering this from like when I first started talking about the arena in this playthrough. So on Maddening mode, the arena always gives exactly 10 experience per match, regardless of if you win or lose.
Oh no!
There's the Knuckles, oh no, from Fogado there. I still love that. Oh no! Okay, strength and speed is pretty much the main things that I wanted. I did not know you supported Fogado. That's kind of a common reaction when you use people in the arena.
I serve the Divine Dragon!
Oh no.
I really thought I had you. Yum! The lingering taste of victory!
I was just like, okay, so, like, she was getting one-shotted anyway, but then he did that. He has been critting an awful lot. He's kind of trying to make up for, his magic being lacking right now. Speaking of which, so... Corrin boosts magic, and Clan also needs HP. Lately I've been wondering whether I should give Clan Corrin. I kind of prefer Flames for a mystical to, the Cavalry effect, but the Cavalry effect from Corrin isn't bad either. I'm actually kind of... See, okay, the downside here is that I feel like right now, Clan doesn't really have, like, a lot of, like... I'm spreading out his emblems a little thin, whereas I've got people like Amber, who are almost maxed out with Ike by now, and, like, Aaliyah's almost maxed with Lucina. How much is it going to cost you to actually get you to full with Ike? Only 200. You know what? I think I will actually go for this. Oh boy, bring out Ragnar. That's not going to end well.
I heard a legend about a golden fleeced alpaca. Let's go find it, Ike.
Okay, but where? Do you have any clues we could start with?
Alpacas live on mountains. If we search every mountain, top to bottom, we'll find it for sure.
Oh, so it's going to be a long trip.
Ike is like, why did I agree to this crossover again? That's pretty much Ike's entire existence in this game. So yeah, at bomb level 20, you get Deep Synergy, which shortens the engage meter by 1. That's why, if you've been looking at the bios so far, I haven't listed any particular abilities at rank 20. That's because every emblem has the same one. Oh, and I needed to do Alchrist and Lin 10, didn't I? Yeah, he can't get past 10 without doing this.
Thank you for lending me your strength, Lin. I've come to rely on your power. A lot.
Thank you, Alchrist. I've come to rely on your power as well. You're quite skilled.
I kind of wonder how Lin would have done if she had Luna. Oh right, we get the Mani Kadi. Actually, speaking of Luna, because I'm pretty sure that's like Moon Sword in I don't know what language that comes from, but I know it's like Moon Sword. Now we are going to get more emblems soon. In fact, you know what? I probably should finish off Byleth with Lucina as well here, just because if he hits that in the middle of a chapter, I won't be able to get this until the next battle.
Long ago, I was driven from my home, but I'd have died if I stayed. All would have been lost.
I see what you mean. Sometimes you have to withdraw. But did you win in the end?
Yes. I made a new future, and you can too. So never give up until your last breath.
Understood. Then no matter how hard things get, I'll believe that they'll turn out for the best.
The A-rank Bond conversations, as you can tell, are a lot more elaborate than the typical ones. This just makes me wonder exactly how, like beating Grima worked in Awakening, though. Like, Lucina and the other kids are, like, still there in the main timeline, even though baby versions of themselves also exist. So are they just gonna live in the past timeline now, or are they gonna go back to their future someday and it's gonna be a different future, or is their future no longer gonna exist? Time travel's weird.
I'll be your partner.
I am Corin. I won't lose.
Here is something that I can say, though.
This loss pains me.
Yum! The lingering taste of victory.
I won't lose. This loss pains me. I'll say it after the conversation.
Standing by you sort of feels like being next to the Divine Dragon. Like you're more than me.
Perhaps because I have dragon blood? Oh, did you know I used to take the shape of a dragon?
Clan is like, wait, how dare you? Our Divine Dragon can't do that! Oh, I can picture Clan now changing and starting like a Corin fan club, which, I mean, yeah, that can be kind of... Okay, so I guess now that kind of does segue into this. I'm not the biggest fan of Corin's voice in this game. Oh, yeah, you kind of do have to go to Draconic Hex if you want to make good use of Corin, and that's a lot of Bond fragments, but... I guess. I mean, Wakizashi is not really worth it, so I really don't need to go any higher than this. Because I'm pretty sure one of female Corin's voice options in the original game was Michelle Ruff, which is pretty prestigious. Or was that female Robin? I forget. Main thing I know about female Robin is that, like, the same Japanese voice actress plays every female Robin option and one of the males, and also female Morgan. See, this is the thing, I don't really need to go higher with Byleth because it's just like skill inheritances I'm not really going to use. You're still just as good with Thyrsus right now. I suppose Ivy can go to Bond 10 with Lyn just so that I don't get stuck on this in the next battle.
I still find it odd to fight alongside a family heirloom. But I'm glad you're here, Lyn.
Yes, that's what Lyn is, an object. So that just reminds me of the Lyn statue that was, like, available. I would have got one of those, but they were pretty expensive.
Elusia's royal family has a special place in my heart. I'm happy to lend you my strength.
That's a pretty nice conversation, though. I think my dad almost got me the Ike one for, like, my birthday, but it was, like, pretty expensive, and it would take some weird channels to import it into Australia. But just, okay. So the thing with Corrin's voice in this game is, and tell me if this sounds weird or if you agree, to me, she kind of sounds like a Karen. I don't know why, but that's just the vibe I get for the voice they used for her here. Oh yeah, I suppose having a higher bond level with Byleth is going to give Jean better stats when engaged with Byleth, but, I mean, he'll get those anyway as he fights with him. Okay, Tower of Trials, new map. That means no stock in the Armory or shops. I think I do need to do a bit of forging, and I need to show off Corrin's Engrave. Because I often forget to do that in a timely manner. So, Corrin's Engrave, let's see. Fate's Engrave. Lowers might by 2, raises avoid, crit, and dodge. Okay, so, don't think it raises crit. Oh, actually, no, it raises crit more than Lyn. Huh, that's interesting. So, theoretically speaking, on Amber's Killer Axe. And that means more might too. Less of a hit rate though. See, the thing is, I think a lot of people do prefer Lyn's Engrave for the Killer Axes, mostly because you need really high accuracy for that build to work, because generally when you're using the Vantage Wrath combo, you need to be on lower HP, so usually if you don't get a crit, you die. And in order to crit, you also need to hit. But on the subject of Engraves, I might want to try out that silly build with Radiant Bow Ike, just because it would be using Ike on something. 50 crit Stiletto is pretty tempting, though. Yeah, maybe I will go for this. Okay, one more refine on the Silver Dagger will put it above the power of the Iron one. Oh yeah, this Amber Killer Axe, by the way, not even refined. Yes, I can take it up to +3. Oh boy, Amber's been doing pretty well with this Steel Great Axe so far. I could even turn it into a silver one. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, it's still engraved, that's good. Yeah, look, I like just the way that this Silver Great Axe looks. It's like this, it's less of like an axe now and more of like a big double-handed glaive. It reminds me a lot of the Incubi swords from Warhammer 40k. But yeah, by late game, a fully forged Silver Great Axe on somebody like Amber or Panette can one-shot a lot. I have not even forged this weapon sword yet, wow. Okay, I guess it will get a little bit of a forge. I feel like I typically have a forged Elfire by this point in most of my playthroughs. I've just been focusing on forging other things. It takes a lot of steel, though. I just realized with this thing's low weight and decent power, this thing was basically made for Engage's Anna. It only costs steel and a bit of silver to forge that. And I can still only afford to forge up one might. 62 physical attack with the Silver Great Axe on Amber. And speaking of that, I do have some stat boosters to distribute, and I kind of thought about something. In terms of who to use my energy drop on. I kind of wanted to use it on Amber. And it's not to make up for Amber not gaining strength a lot. It's actually because I feel like on somebody like Amber, the extra points of strength could turn some near one-shots into actual one-shots, and that's a big deal for him. As it means that he could, like, one-shot things on the enemy phase before they get to strike twice, for example. So, I think I will actually go for this. Now the Talisman, and I forgot to use the boots for ages. You know, I think I'm going to give the Talisman to Tamara just to make her a little bit more of a mixed tank. It feels like insane favoritism to give boots to Amber, but the thing is, I do feel like there have been times where he's been like one space away from an enemy that he can one-shot. And I do think maybe he would benefit from this. Just because he is like my biggest powerhouse and he needs to, you know, get where he needs to. Yeah, I think I will go for this. There is also some merit to using the boots on Seadall, but there are other ways to get him mobility. Now I have to think about who to use that expert book on. Although I did kind of promise that I would get Ivy Speed Taker. Of course, the expert book would be dual assist on Lapis, which might be nice. But here's the thing with Lapis, I'm actually considering reclassing her to a Wyvern Knight soon. Yeah, I sort of wanted to go Wyvern Knight for the, like, boost to strength growth. The problem I have with this is that Lapis's defense is very low right now. And Wyvern Knights like to fly away from healing support and right into the thick of the action, and I don't really trust somebody with defense that low to do that. I sort of wanted to do this now because Chapter 16 is a map where flyers are really good, but I don't know if now's the right time. Her defense is just not amazing.
Great job! I'm so proud.
Something I learned recently, Somi actually doesn't dislike the wheat flour, of all things. He actually likes meat the least of everything. Okay, finally, I hope this actually counts as night. I've rested like 5 times to try and show off the fortune telling. Here we go.
Greetings. Whose fortune shall I tell?
I'm so sorry.
May the stars guide the way. Oh. Oh no.
The card of strife warns that conflict with someone awaits them. They must keep the one they're thinking of close by. Thinking of Merrin. Current worry, a wyvern ate an important letter. That literally happened to my sister, except with a deer instead of a wyvern, and with a map instead of an important letter. So I guess not literally, but still.
Whose fortune shall I tell?
So yeah, this is mostly just like a fun thing. It's not really meant to be taken too seriously. What about Anna?
May the stars guide the way. Oh. Oh no.
Has dreamt for 5 nights about oversleeping. Thinking of Chloe, okay.
Whose fortune shall I tell?
Yourself!
May the stars guide the way. Oh.
Everyone is getting bad fortunes tonight. Wow. Oh, I do like how he has different dialogue of it himself, though. They told their own fortune by accident.
May the stars guide the way.
Why is it always bad?
Oh.
Am I gonna actually get... Also, I'm sure Amber would definitely have a cute name for their weapon. That is perfect.
Whose fortune shall I tell?
Okay, surely Clan can get a good fortune, right?
Guide the way.
Hey! Someone got a good one!
Yes.
The card of cordiality. They'll soon find that they can get along with anyone, and a certain someone may clap along as they hum. Thinking of Vander. Well, I mean, I suppose that makes sense. An emblem they saw skipping merrily along.
Whose fortune shall I tell?
I don't know, like, this is just kind of dumb. Like, it doesn't really affect anything, but it's kind of... And it's also interesting to know that, like, they have, like, actual emblem-themed tarot in this universe. Makes me kind of wish there was, like, a real deck of that, but if there was, then they'd probably screw up the pre-order bonuses, and I'd end up with 2 copies of the second half of the deck instead of 1 copy of each half. Yes, that happened to me with the Persona 3 tarot cards, but anyway, I won't dwell on that. We're going to... I already got Seadall. Oh yeah, the thing with Seadall is, because of his dancing, he unlocks supports with other people pretty dang quickly, so let's actually go over his supports first.
Practicing your dancing tonight, Seadall?
Ah, Divine One. It's not so much practice as it is performance. I have an audience tonight, after all.
But there's no one around.
There's the moon.
The moon?
Yes, somebody's first girlfriend turned into it.
That's right. The silver light shining in the dark above. And the multitude of stars, too. I perform for them all tonight.
This is like just another way of saying that you're incredibly lonely and need to get out more.
Divine One, did you know that when people die, they leave their form behind and become stars?
Oh, I didn't know we were in the Lion King universe right now.
My teacher is up in that sky.
This teacher of yours died then?
He did. These dance steps were the ones he loved most.
It's beautiful, Seadall. Every single movement is just gorgeous.
I mean, it would be nice if we could actually see that, but we see it in battle all the time.
I give up many of life's pleasures in pursuit of perfecting the craft of my dance. It's not easy. I practice my steps intently, and I am vigilant about what fuels my dance. My dancing skills are renowned in song. Complacency and mediocrity are not an option.
You're so disciplined. I respect that.
I've literally been told this because I don't spend money on Fire Emblem Heroes. I don't know what that says about people who normally play Heroes.
And there's something otherworldly about you. Sometimes I'm not sure I should get too close.
May I resume dancing now?
Oh, yes, of course. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
Seadall has a pretty interesting backstory for the characters of this game. And I did not know that he supported Amber.
What? Really? Here? Am I reading this right?
Oh no, not the Happy Squirrel Arcana!
Seadall, what's going on? Is everything okay?
Just doing a bit of fortune telling. The cards say that a man foretold by legend will soon appear.
Whoa! A man foretold by legend? Where? When? What else did the cards say?
Well, this legendary man is young, gregarious, energetic, and rather handsome.
Oh, that profile sounds an awful lot like me. If only my name was Greg. Man, so close.
Okay, this is support that people found kind of funny once the DLC was announced, but that won't make sense for a while.
Ah, but he's also a fool.
Oh, that can't be me then. Poor Greg.
This fabled fellow also has a powerful connection to a certain animal. The alpaca?
Alpacas? No way! That has to be me! Oh, I am the legendary Greg!
You're the figure my cards are heralding?
I guess so. But what does that mean? Am I supposed to do something?
Well, according to the cards, sometime in the near future, you are going to be a savior.
Whoa! A savior? Me? That's the best! How near is the near future gonna be?
That remains a bit foggy. But never fear. I'll give you a shout as soon as things are clear.
Got it. I'll keep my ears perked up and my eyes pointed in both directions, just like an alpaca.
I am now picturing Amber's eyes doing that, and it's horrifying. But I mean, okay, maybe in the future he's gonna one-shot something even more powerful. Oh, okay, these supports are hilarious. I definitely remember these ones.
Ah! Yikes! Seadall, what's with the shouting?
This was not part of the deal, Princess Tamara. You're breaking your promise.
Yeah, no. I'm drawing a blank here.
The deal was you wouldn't cook your roast meat specialties around me. Look at this. Smell this. Your dishes have far more flavor than any dish should. You promised.
Oh, that does ring a bell now that you mention it. Something about big flavors being a big distraction? My roasts, most of all?
You swore you wouldn't cook your dishes near me. Yet here you are. You and your meat. Everything I eat is carefully chosen to guide my dancing. Now, I want to stuff that in my mouth.
Oh, sure. Have at it.
Ah! Spirit of the cards, cast your divine light and show me how to defeat this demon's trap.
Yeah, he's definitely a Yu-Gi-Oh player.
Demon? I was trying to be polite. If it bothers you that much, why not go away and let me eat in peace?
Oh, I'll leave all right. I'll go far, far, far away. I will beat this trial, you'll see. Moon and stars, I beg of you. Keep me from this meaty temptation.
Yeesh. That was weird.
Of all the supports you've witnessed so far, and that's the one you think was weird. Okay. And I still have bajillions of them. Right, so I've got Alira and Lapis to a B.
Huh? You're serious? You really want to train with me today, Divine One?
Yes. I thought it would be nice to work together every once in a while.
That's so exciting. Thank you for carving out the time.
So, what am I in for, Lapis? What's your usual training regimen?
I start with some drills using different weapons, try a few practice swings, then do heavy lifting.
I suppose that's why she started with an iron blade that fits both of those at the same time.
I strap a weighted pack to my back and go for a long run. Sometimes I climb a mountain.
That seems like it would build up an incredible amount of endurance.
Especially if you run into Amber and Ike on that mountain journey, then that would really test her endurance.
Oh, if you're going to train with me, you'll need a pack too. I'll make you one real quick.
You're going to make a weighted pack?
Sure, it's not too hard. I had to make most things by hand back in the countryside.
Countryside?
I meant can't decide. I can't decide whether to make you a pack or not.
Oh, well, I'd love it if you did. I think it's really amazing you can make those kinds of things.
No, please don't tease me like that.
I'm not teasing. Your crafting skills could be very useful on the battlefield.
And you also have a future career working for Anna if that's what you want.
Would you be willing to teach me how to make a few things? I'd like to learn.
Although that comment about crafting skills being useful on a battlefield makes me think Lapis would be like the best Tears of the Kingdom player ever.
It feels strange to be complimented for such a modest skill. But yes, I can show you how to make a pack right now. Watch closely.
All right. Whoa! Your hands move so fast! Can we, go back a few steps?
Also, Lapis, you do not need to be insecure about being a commoner. There are plenty of non-royal people here. Although this is, like, probably the least non-royal person you'll ever meet. Is this the support that has her say the thing?
Hey, Divine One! What do you think?
Of what?
Come on! Am I cute? Sweet? Charming? Use your words!
Sure, you're cute enough. Just like always.
That's all you have to say? I put a lot of effort into being adorable, you know? The least you could do is notice.
I had no idea. Forgive me for not noticing.
That's all I get? Ugh. I can't believe that didn't work. A pouty face is usually all it takes for people to be extra nice. Do you have some kind of god training that lets you see through fake crying, Divine One?
No, considering he didn't really see through Yunaka.
God training? I don't think anyone needs special training to see through an act like that.
Hey, fine. Then let me ask you something else. How come you're not fawning over me? I'm unimaginably cute.
I don't treat people differently just because they're cute. Kindness matters much more.
Wrong. Being nice is great and all, but cuteness is a huge advantage. Everyone knows that.
I see.
So we'll try this again. Only I'll be even cuter next time, so you can't possibly miss it.
Okay, it's not the one. There's a support where she says, everyone in this army is too pretty, it's not fair. Which I think some people say is like lampshading how attractive the people who join your army tend to be in Fire Emblem, but yeah. Okay, so here's the thing with Hortensia. In the main story, let's just say, she's a lot better than she is in supports. And her main story relevance is kind of gone now, so that's kind of sad. She has a lot of not great supports, which is kind of a pain. Anyway, though, I did unlock this one specifically because I thought it would be amazing.
Amber, I have a question. How does a knight from the Kingdom of Brodia train?
Okay, Marion, of all the knights from Brodia you could have asked this question to, it just had to be Amber.
Why do you want to know about that?
To be honest, I've always admired Brodian knights, and I'm just curious. Your country is called the Kingdom of Warriors, so your training methods must be extraordinary.
We do crank out a lot of strong warriors, but I think that's due to the terrain. Most of Brodia is just cliffs and ravines. It's not great for traditional farming, you know? The focus in many villages is on mining and such, so folks tend to grow sturdy and strong.
I see. So strength training is just part of daily life then?
For most people, yeah. I grew up on an alpaca ranch, so my daily chores were a bit different.
Alpacas? Those rare critters of notoriety? That's fantastic! I adore critters with all my heart, rare ones especially. If you worked on a ranch, you must know all about them. Please, tell me what you know.
Well, first off, alpacas are super fluffy, but also, they're really cute.
Hortensia is just screaming in the distance now.
There is a lot of spitting, though. You have to watch out for that.
Spitting? Magnificent! I'm sure I wouldn't mind alpaca spit one bit.
Trust me, you would. It takes forever to get the smell out of your clothes. Or hair. I don't mean to brag, but I've become an expert alpaca spit dodger. Ha! Wah! That's just a couple of your basic spit evasion moves. What? Wah! Why do rocks always sabotage my cool moves?
I'd expect nothing less from a Brodian knight. Very impressive.
Huh?
Brodian knights aren't just strong. They're spry enough to pull off a pratfall. Well played. You really must teach me the secret to your strength sometime soon.
You enjoyed that? Then, yeah, that was all planned. I am the picture of strength and agility.
Okay, that one was different than I expected. I thought it would be entirely comedic, but it had some interesting world-building elements to it too. And then, of course, Merrin turned into a fangirl, so yeah, that was kind of cool. I almost wonder if it's too early to do Clan and Jean's A. I might want to save that one for, like, next time, because I already have a lot of supports in this episode.
Phew. That ought to be enough running for today.
So this is an early Firene character support, so I'm not expecting much.
Looks like you had a good workout there, Etier.
Oh, it's you. What are you doing here?
Etier should be thankful she's not living in a British murder mystery, because the phrase, "oh, it's you," is the fastest way to get yourself killed.
I thought you might want these when you were finished.
What's that you've got in the jar?
Homemade pickles! They should really help you recover after a tough workout. Here, try one.
Sure, why not? Thank you. Oh, this isn't bad. It's got just the right amount of tartness that I like.
I'm glad I got it right. I know you're serious about your body, so I was careful to keep them delicious, but healthy.
Really? You did that just for me?
Yep, and that's not all. I also slept with them under my pillow. Kind of like how hens take care of their eggs.
No kidding. That's weirdly charming. You're a good one, Clan.
You can keep the whole jar. If you ever want more, just let me know.
Oh, I will. Thanks for brightening up my day.
Also, please don't begin a sentence with "slept with" again. Like, that could have gone really bad places. These two got to a B already, okay. And I also have Ivy and Tim. Oh! Okay, I'm pretty sure this one involves singing. So, get your earplugs ready.
Heya, Princess Ivy!
Hello, Princess Tamara.
Look at us, huh? Two future queens hanging out together like this?
True. I will rule Elusia one day, and you Solm. Beyond our royal status, however, we appear to have nothing in common.
I don't know if we're all that different.
No? It seems to me that our appearances and personalities are direct opposites. Not to suggest either is superior, of course, but the differences are plain enough to me.
I guess you have a point.
I've never roamed my territory fighting bandits, for instance. I've never even been camping.
What? You've never been camping? Then you've never really lived!
Walls and doors were built for a reason. I see little point in sleeping outside of them.
I'm sorry, but this line is just very relatable.
You'll change your tune once you experience the thrill of sleeping under the stars for yourself.
Why would I... You know what? Okay, it would be rude of me to refuse an invitation from a fellow princess. I accept.
Woohoo! I'll start preparing for the big day. Get ready to have the time of your life!
It does promise to be interesting.
Okay, the singing must come in a later support. I know they sing at some point. The only time I've ever tried camping is once in my backyard at home. And I stopped after like 10 minutes.
Princess Ivy, are you glaring at me?
No, Prince Alchrist. At least not intentionally. But I can't take my eyes off of your armor. In Elusia, we are taught from an early age to keep watch for Brodian armor.
Oh, I think I understand. Brodia has invaded Elusia more times than I can count. My country has a lot to answer for. For what it's worth, I am sorry.
Oh? And what do you mean by that exactly?
Huh? What?
Did you just issue a formal apology from the Kingdom of Brodia for its invasions of our land? Are you admitting fault on behalf of your people and swearing to adopt peaceful foreign policy? Reconciliation between nations is a serious matter, not to be taken lightly.
That's not what I meant to say was, if Brodia is at fault, then we absolutely should apologize. But that apology is not mine to give. The king and nobility would have to convene and agree. So when I said I was sorry, it came from me as an individual, not as a representative of,
I know that. I'm sorry. You are a little too easy to toy with.
Oh, Princess Ivy. I was so nervous.
My ill feelings toward Brodia are in the past, but I could not resist teasing you a little. Look on the bright side. We are comfortable enough now to joke with one another, right?
Yes, of course. I did think my heart was going to stop, but I suppose it was funny.
Yeah, I'm kind of familiar with, countries issuing formal apologies for stuff, because it took, way too long for Australia to apologize to its indigenous population in a formal capacity. How many are left? Oh, actually, okay, yeah. I'm gonna do Lapis and Focado C, and then I think it's a little early to do this one.
What am I gonna do?
About what, Prince Fagado?
Oh, hey Lapis. You know I'm in charge of the Sentinels, yeah? We've got a real thorn in our side. A group of rogues making trouble by an oasis in Solm.
So you're saying there's a group of rogues that are up to no good and making trouble in the neighborhood?
They're a slippery bunch. Even with our numbers, we can't stamp them out.
Have you considered making a device that will get rid of the rogues for you?
Okay, so Lapis makes bombs now, apparently.
You know, something that can drive them off without you having to lift a finger.
Again, this is getting me very concerned with what Lapis is making.
Not a bad idea. But I don't know anyone who could make something like that.
Me, of course.
You?
I'm pretty crafty. Ever since I was young, I've been able to make everything I needed. So yeah, I bet I could whip something up.
Alright, let's give it a whirl. Tell me if you need any materials.
See if you can find any trash or tree branches lying around. That ought to do it.
What? Really?
Yeah. The sooner you get that stuff, the sooner those rogues will be out of your hair.
Alright. I'll go trawling for anything that looks useful then. Me? Desperate? No, I'm just trying to solve my problems with a big pile of trash.
Another line that I had to screenshot. Because, yeah, there's a lot of good out-of-context quotes from these supports today. I really hope that what Lapis is making is just to scare them, and she's not gonna, make some kind of a horrific shrapnel bomb. Yeah, that was a lot of supports, and, did some fortune-telling. We talked about Seadall. Let's head out to the world map, because I think I'm gonna take a break from Paralogs now and go straight to the next chapter. Which is not gonna be good for me, because Chapter 16 is my least favorite chapter in Engage. So, I'm really hoping that Chapter 16 goes well for me, because my first time playing this one, I did not grasp what the game really expected from me here at all. And this turned out to be a massive, tedious slog. Also, Corrin's Paralog is available now. It should be at the... where is it? Crossroads of Fate, there we go. Advanced class, well, it's got a higher recommended level than Byleth. I always found this one easier. That's weird. Okay, well, yeah. Anyway, next time I am going to the Azure Coast, so I'll see you all then.